Okay, good morning, Empower Nation. Week number 7. So let's start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, week 7. We have 4 weeks left, counting this week.
Yeah.
And
17 days. 17
yeah.
school days.
Yeah, it carries us through June 4th. All right. Good deal. Okay. So, what do we got going on today?
Big news from yesterday. Our texting app no longer works.
Yeah.
Texting number can't reach us at anymore. So if you're sending texts, you might not get an error message, but we are not receiving them.
Yep.
So yesterday you would have gotten a message, you or your parent, from Remind, and it says A. Prater and B. Jensen are sending you a message. Please join. So if you have not already, please join that group. That is how you can message us back and forth. You can either do it through the text, just as we sent it to you, or if you don't have cell phone minutes, you can download the app. It's called Remind. You can also do it on a browser at remind.com, and we will link all the information that you need to join our class into the notes for today's video down below. And if you have any questions, give us a call, send us an email. It works just like any other text message service. You know, if you use the app, you can do a few other things that you can't. But either way, just please join that class, and that's how you can get a hold of us.
We'll be shooting that stuff out to you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I might just shoot out through Google a text to some of you who aren't always watching this video, and do it that way. Get them on that Remind. That might work.
A text or an email?
A text.
Okay.
From the Google phone.
Oh, yes, Google Voice number.
Your Google Voice number, and then just to get it out there on their phones so they know to go to Remind. Maybe that'll help them. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. What else we got going this week?
We have progress reports this week.
Nice.
And so you got to get your stuff into us by Thursday if you want it recorded on Friday's progress report, because remember, we don't get, if you send something back on the buses on Thursday, we don't see it till about 2 o'clock on Friday.
Yeah. We'll hold all the progress reports till we get that 2 o'clock homework in, and then as soon as we get that in, we'll quick grade whatever you have, and then get that on your progress report, and then we'll get that out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's been some changes with bus routes and things, so some of your bus routes and deliveries might be taking a little bit longer, or you might have different times. I've also been helping out more with driving and not driving a bus. Don't worry. But deliveries, so my Google Hangouts are going to move this whole week. We're going to do 1:30 to 2:30 later in the day.
Makes it easier.
So I will update that in the calendar. My advisory, you should get an update on that through your email.
This is the last progress report till the end of year.
Yeah.
Grades go out. Yeah. So this will be the last one. The next report that goes out will be your end of year credits.
That's your final grades.
That is crazy. But,
that is crazy.
But yeah, so we'll have a lot of information on the Remind stuff in the newsletter, and summer school information in the newsletter. So we'll get that potential summer school. We'll just wait and see what happens with that. Let's see what else we have. Educational tidbit for the day. In the comments down below, you will see a link to a Google Doc that is today's educational tidbit. Can be used for science or health, but how food affects your brain. So there's a short 5-minute video, goes over what foods affect your brain, how they affect your brain, what foods you need for strong brains, and then a short 8-question quiz. Do that and send that in to us, and we'll give you credit for it. So how food affects your brain is the educational tidbit for the day. This week, the thought to keep in mind this week as you do everything that you do is be somebody who makes somebody feel like somebody. So chew on that for a while. Be somebody who makes everybody feel like somebody. Okay? All right. And our questions of the day are going to all deal this week with growth mindset. So our first question today is, when you start to feel like quitting, what will you do in that moment to keep you going? Okay? When you start to feel like quitting, what do you do in that moment that keeps you going? All right?
Usually I text a friend or a family member and tell them what it is that I'm working on or what it is that I'm trying to do, and say, like, hey, I need a pep talk, or, you know, send me words of encouragement, or I just put it out there so people know that I'm working on it, and that makes me more accountable. I can't just sort of let it slide, because if nobody knew I was doing it, they wouldn't know whether I got it done or not.
Right.
So I create some accountability and sort of ask my support system for their help.
Good. Yeah, I find that's a good way. I will, if I haven't started the project yet, but I know I need to do the project, I will announce a due date, self-imposed due date for the project, and I will tell somebody. I will say, you know, hey, Dad, I've got to get these 2 trees cut down. I'll have them cut down by Saturday. And that kind of forces me to do that. If I'm involved in the project and I'm doing it and I'm just about halfway through and I go, screw it, I want to go do something else, I usually say, nah, if I can just gut it out, 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes, I should have this done, or just put in a little more time. I'm on a roll now. Let me just start with 1 extra word and I'll get it done. And so that's kind of my go-to.
So I have to ask you a follow-up question.
Okay.
Do you say those things to yourself out loud? Or do you say those things in your head? Like 10 more minutes, or?
I'm self-talking. It's in my head.
Okay.
It's one of the many people will start talking in my head back and forth, and there'll be one person talking to the other person in my head.
I ask because last night I made a proclamation to myself, as much as anybody else, that I needed to, before I got completely sucked into the couch, I needed to get up and clean up from dinner. And my kids were kind of looking at me like,
so,
why are you telling us this? Yeah.
Is it something I need to know?
Right.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's all in my head.
So
I have many conversations.
Yep. Whether you talk out loud to yourself or have conversations in your head, we want to know what it is that you do that helps you keep going.
All right. Put that down in a comment. Email us. If you have Remind, you can text us. If you don't have Remind,
join the group, and then you can text us.
There you go. Yep, you should have a notice. So that said, we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
We are empowered. You are empowered. Have a great week.